Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is so exciting. We went to New York, and in New York we went shopping. We went all over the place. We went to Chanel and Fendi and Hermes and Louis Vuitton, Bergdorf's, Dior. We went all over, but this video we went to Fashionphile, we went to the Real, and we went to What Goes Around Comes Around. We had an absolute ball. And I went absolutely mad. What did I buy? What did I try on? What did I love? Let's get going. So guys, on day one of New York, we went shopping. That was myself and Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet. We met up with Meredith and we met up with Lisa. You all know who they are. And we went to Bergdorf's and we just went a little bit mad. But we had an absolute ball. Then on the second day, which is what I'm going to talk about today, we went to Fashionphile, we went to the Real, and we went to What Goes Around Comes Around. And we had an absolute blast. And that is where we met up with all the other wonderful, wonderful ladies and some of their hubbies too. And so you might see a few little cameos in this vlog. What I'm going to do is talk through what we did, and then I'll cut away to some parts of the vlog because I don't know how else to do this. So anyway, bear with me with it because there's so much to show you. Wait for later, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something that I might have bought. And I bought many things. I bought many things in that day. Anyway, I'm not mad about it. I'm so excited to show you. So let's get cracking. So as you go into Fashionphile, you will see it's in a really big building that looks over the Hudson River. Oh, honestly, we walked in, you will see down the corridor, it is so amazing. You can see on the right hand side, there's gaps in the wall, you can see into their archives. There are so many bags. We were all slightly overwhelmed and just feeling like kids in a candy store, we really were. And yeah, when we got in, and there's a beautiful showroom, there's settees, there's tables and chairs, and it's just a really nice, it doesn't feel like a bustling shop kind of area. It's very relaxed, and the system is that you have a look on their website. You can obviously have a look around the store. You can't go into the archives unless you're on a special tour, but what you can do is, I already did my wish list on their website, and I searched for things and I filtered it by way of the things that were in New York, because obviously they're the ones that you can have a look at and buy. Obviously the ones that are in San Diego or elsewhere wouldn't be there for us to look at, so you can either do it on their iPad when you get there. I'd already done it. And basically you put it into your basket, you go onto one of their iPads, if you know the code you put it in. If not, you search for it, you put it into your basket, and then you say request item. Now, I had a lot of things to look at, as did most of us. I had a lot of things to look at. So because there was a lot of us and a lot of things that all of us wanted to look at, what the staff there who were looking after us were amazing. And what they said was 2 items per person at any time having a look. So you request it, they receive that request, they bring the things out to you. You can either then say, no, I'll give you that back, it's a definite no, or like with me, it was, well, it's a maybe, I need to see other things. So they'll put it onto one side for you, and then you can request 2 more things, and off we go, and you keep sort of looking. And yeah, it's a really good system so that they know where the inventory is, the things aren't all over the place, you've not got mountains of bags and everything else. So I really appreciated how they did it. So what to look at first? Well, there were so many things on my wish list, and then there were things that I didn't know that I needed to look at. So first of all, I thought I need to have a look at the graffiti Speedy, because that was sort of top of my wish list. It was one of my absolute things I wanted to look at, and it didn't disappoint. Honestly, it was wonderful. It is, I know what Speedy looks like, I know what the canvas looks like, but I'd never actually held one of the graffiti ones in my hand before. I really like the orange. There was also a fuchsia colour. The only criticism of the Speedy that I have of this particular Speedy is it's not a bandolier. It isn't a bandolier, and that was the style back in the day. So I do have another strap I could use with it, but you'd have to clip it onto the handles. You couldn't, obviously it doesn't have D-rings. Would that put me off? Was a definite contender. I also wanted to look at an Evelyn. I cannot get my hands on an Evelyn. No matter what I do, I've been into Hermes store many times. I've asked my essays over the years many times. Oh, they seem so difficult to get at the moment, or they have been for a long time. And every time I go into an Hermes store, and we all know the story about Hermes, but every time I go into a store, I am told you have to keep calling in. You're just lucky if one comes in. They won't keep one to one side. They won't let me know when one comes in. I have to just keep popping in. So I thought I need to get my hands on one because I want to properly look at it. And I was torn between which one do I love the most, the TPM or the PM. And we say the whole time, don't we, I wish there was one in between. And that is why, the size in between. And that is why I bought my Fairfax and Favour messenger bag, because that is a size in between and it's pretty bang on. It's perfect. Anyway, so I went into Fashionphile and I thought, what do they have in Evelyn's? They had quite a few, but they all showed quite a lot of wear. So I was not sure, but anyway, I requested to have a look at them and have a look at this footage. I had a look at the black in the PM. I really liked it. I really liked it. It's big. I don't care. It's slouchy, Clemence leather. It just molds to the body. It's light. Yes, it's big, but I just loved it. I did love it. Did I love it in black? Well, yes. Did I wish it was a little bit of a different colour so I could actually try a different colour? Yes. I then tried the TPM. Now, everybody loved this on me. Everybody loved this. The colour of it was beautiful. I'm trying to remember the colour that it was. If I can remember, I'll put it on the screen down here, but it wasn't Blue Brighton. I think it was Blue Royal. And it's a beautiful blue. If that was in the bigger size, I would have been very, very tempted, but then I was still tempted with the black. But then do I want such a small blue bag? The downside of the TPM, there are two downsides as far as I can see. The size, you can actually, I put my phone in it, you could fit more in than you realise, but it is still quite a small bag. The other downside to it is the strap is not adjustable. It is not adjustable, whereas the PM is. Go figure. It actually felt okay crossbody on me. I would have probably in an ideal world had it slightly longer, but it actually fit me absolutely fine. Everybody loved this. Just hear what Gwenny says about this. What do I think, Gwenny?
I think I like the blue baby. Is more punchy.
Yeah, a bit more about it.
Yeah, a little bit more about it. This is a brilliant classic. So I think out of the two, I'd be going for the blue.
So you can see that Gwenny loved the blue. She thought the colour was just a pop of colour, but she knew that I liked a slightly bigger handbag. So what did I do about the Evelyn? You'll have to wait and see, won't you? I then wanted to get my hands on the Alma BB in the Omorant. Now I have a purse in the Omorant and I've always loved it, and it's that deep berry. Nearly somebody in my comments said they always called it black cherry, and I completely get that. It's that really dark purpley, nearly looks black in some lights. It's beautiful. I could never afford the bag. Anyway, I requested, there was two at Fashionphile to look at in the BB size. So I requested the one that was the least money. Why wouldn't you? And then I realised when they were both said they were excellent condition, and then I realised when I saw the first one why it was cheaper than the other one. It didn't have the shoulder strap with it. So that was a no. I don't want that just as a hand carry, even though it probably will be. I want the option to wear it crossbody. Anyway, so I then requested the other one. The other one obviously came with the crossbody strap. So what did I think of the Alma BB? What do I think just in terms of, did it live up to the expectations? Well, yes, it did. To the most degree it sort of did. There are a couple of downsides. One downside is it is slightly awkward crossbody, but I sort of don't mind that, and I think I wouldn't wear it crossbody all the time, but I'd like the option, so I was sort of okay with that, although it did sit slightly funny, as the Alma does. The second thing is the shoulder strap, the crossbody strap, it is not adjustable. It is just one length, and it is detachable, but it is not adjustable. And it was actually a perfect length for me, crossbody, but it might not be for everybody, so I don't understand why they do that. Louis Vuitton, why did you do that? Anyway, that is a potential downside. Was that a consideration? Maybe. I then went into full Goyard mode. So I looked at this messenger bag. I've forgotten what this one was called. They only had this in the PM size, in the orange. Now, what did I think of this? I actually liked it. I thought it would be an amazing rainy day bag. I thought it would be just the Goyard coated canvas is pretty durable, pretty indestructible. So I'm always thinking of going somewhere where it's nice, but you're worried about the weather and you want to wear something, you know, really nice bag with you. And I'm always thinking about that because the UK, we have such bad weather. So what was wrong with the orange one? Well, there was nothing wrong with it. It was really, really, I wouldn't say it was bad condition, but I think they classed it shows wear, and it did. It looked really battered. It was quite scratched. Inside there was pen marks. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the condition of it. The colour, I like orange. I do like orange, but would I go for an orange Goyard? I don't think so. I think if it had been in that beautiful green or a navy blue, obviously, or a grey or a black, or even the burgundy, I might have been more interested, but it would have had to have been better condition and a better price and everything else. So that one was, I did like it. It's food for thought for the future, maybe buying one new from store. But anyway, the orange one was a no from me. I then tried on I don't know, is this just called the camera bag? I'm not entirely sure what this one's called either, but this was in the beautiful green. Now this colour, I really liked it. I thought that would work well with a lot of my wardrobe actually. That really lovely, would you call it a forest green? Maybe in between like an emerald and a forest green. Beautiful colour. And what did I think of this? I really like this. I know it's just a camera bag. I know it's a little bit boring, but I didn't think it was boring in the end because I thought it would again be a really handy sort of sightseeing bag that's really still nice, rainy weather, everything. It's zipped up security wise, not too in your face designer. If you know, you know it's Goyard, but not everybody does. I really liked it. What do you guys think of this one? I really liked it. And then in Fashionphile, I found this absolute beauty, and I've talked about this in one of my previous videos. This is the Petite Malle from Louis Vuitton, but it's the supple version, and it's the Infra Rouge. And I remember this collection, and I really liked it, but I'm not sure if I fully remember that exact bag, but I remember the collection. I remember the black and the red, and thinking it was really cool. But then when I found this on the website, when I was putting it on my wish list, I thought that could be a really cool bag. And I also then thought, not sure how to style black and red. So I was really keen to get my hands on this one. And what do you think guys? I only got a little bit of footage of this. I think I was too much in the moment, but it was just an easy bag, just very light, could fit loads in it. It was actually surprising how much you could fit in it compared to the actual Petite Malle. So this was again food for thought, and with the outfit that I was wearing obviously a black silk top and jeans and sneakers, and it looked great. But of course it's going to look great because I'm wearing a black top, but I did think, well, I wear black such a lot or I wear jeans and a shirt a lot, and I wear a lot of white shirts or black shirts or grey shirts, and I did think actually it probably just wouldn't go with navy. That's the only thing. So again, very, very tempting. So what do you guys think? They were all the things I looked at Fashionphile. I looked at lots of other things, but they were the things I was seriously looking at and considering. So all of those went to the maybe pile. So what did I end up buying? Well, wait for my next video because I'm going to reveal one item So there's more than one that was bought at Fashionphile. Oh, and it was one that was, yeah, top of my wish list. So yeah, I'm sure you can guess which one. Anyway, there was more than one. So that was Fashionphile. We then left there and decided we wanted to go to What Goes Around Comes Around, because we'd all heard about that store. I'd seen it in a vlog. I think it was Cassie Thorpe vlogged going there, and I thought it looked a really good store. But on the way, we went past the Real Real, so we went there. My impression of the Real Real, I wasn't overly impressed. I'm sorry to say I wasn't overly impressed. Now, I don't know if it was just how the store was laid out. It was very busy, you had to queue to go in. We didn't have a long wait, but there was a queuing system, so it was busy, and that's fine. But I think because they sell quite a lot of ready to wear, and it's just out on the rails in the store. Oh, I'm gonna get some hate for this, I think. It felt like a TK Maxx. It felt a little bit like a TK Maxx, and I think you call it TJ Maxx in the US. There was just rails of stuff, and you sort of had to root through, and I guess that's the point when these things are pre-loved. You're not going to have a whole series of the same thing for them to look pretty on a rail. It is going to be one-offs and different sizes and different things put together, but just the way it was laid out, it felt like you had to rummage. And I don't really like rummaging. I don't like rummaging. And the bags were sort of, some of the more expensive bags were behind a glass cabinet. And of course you could ask to have a look at them, but it didn't feel very luxurious. It didn't. And some of the prices that I looked at a bobby bag, and it was, I can't remember the price now, but it was really expensive. So it felt like, no, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And I think most of us felt that way. None of us were overly enamoured with it, I don't think. Anyway, so we left there and we went to What Goes Around Comes Around. And oh dear. Oh dear, that's all I can say. What a fabulous store. There's two stores very close to each other. And we ended up in both. Yes, we did. And we found Kevin, who was just amazing. And yeah, Kevin, if you ever watch this, thank you so much for looking after us. And thank you so much for putting up with us. And also thank you for helping myself and Amelia get home, because, yeah, you would think that two very strong, independent ladies would be able to get themselves back to the hotel. Anyway, that's a whole other story, but yes, he was very kind. He was very kind. Anyway, the store, it was just set out in a different way. It felt more luxurious. Things were in cabinets and on shelving, and it just looked, it was spaced out. It wasn't all jumbled up together. It didn't feel, it just didn't feel like a rummaging type of jumble sale type place. It felt nice. And I didn't get a lot of footage from here because I was too much in the moment, but I did spot something that was, it was just amazing, and it was something I never even knew existed. So my next video, I will be revealing that. And I also will be revealing one of the bags that I bought from Fashionphile. So there'll be a double unboxing coming next. There will be. So was I worried about buying anything from any of these stores, from Fashionphile, from What Goes Around Comes Around, from the Real Real, anything that was pre-loved? Well, yes and no. I think they are reputable companies. I've heard a lot about them. I've done a lot of research about them. They have their own authentication. They have their own authentication service that hopefully pinpoints anything that is inauthentic. But yeah, I've also worked with LEGITGRAILS, and although this video is not sponsored at all, I wanted to use their service just while I was in New York, because you can get your results in 30 minutes. You just need photographs of these things and you can get basically a result in 30 minutes, which is just so good. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you're ever looking for something pre-loved and you're just a little bit concerned and you want a third party. just to have a look at it and just have that extra little bit of peace of mind, then use Legit Grails. I will put some links and everything in the description box. This is not sponsored, I just really like their service. So that's that. But yeah, so it made me just less worried about any of these, buying any of these things. Even though I was in New York, I'm not going to have a chance to take it back once I've got home and all of that. So it did give me a little bit more peace of mind. What did I buy? What did I buy? Well, as I say, I'm going to reveal it in the next video, but there was 2 bags. I'd already bought the first one, which was in What Goes Around Comes Around. I'd already bought one in one store. We then went to the other store and I saw another bag, and it was just absolutely stunning. So just have a look at this one. This was Python, Chanel Python. Now Chanel stopped doing exotics, maybe, was it 2018, something like that? This one, it is my colour, isn't it? Midnight blue. It was like shiny. It looked like sequins, but it wasn't sequins. It was just the finish on the python, and it was well worn and used. But that way, all the scales had lifted, but you knew that that's the look of it, and that's how it was going to stay. And it was just so stunning, and it was so expensive. And he was, yes, very keen to sell it to me, shall we say? So what did I do? What would you have done, guys? What do you think of this bag? It's an absolute one-off. Was this one that I could leave behind? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Wait for the next video. I'm going to reveal 2 bags that I bought in New York, but they are not the only things. So hang fire for that. Anyway, we had an amazing day, and yeah, it was just wonderful. So all of my gorgeous friends, who I will link all their channels below, we had an absolute ball. We had an absolute ball. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.